We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Mr. Merriman.
Here.
Mr. Mattern.
Here.
Dr. Scarpone.
Present.
Fiscal officer is absent. Solicitor Mr. Lynn.
Present.
Mayor Mike Petrella.
Present.
Administrator Mr. Kasegi.
Present.
Mr. DeStefano.
Here.
Mr. Spence here. Mrs. Dameron.
Here.
Will everyone please stand for a moment of silence in the pledge? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I get a motion to appoint Randy Spence as administrator and/or clerk for this meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Merriman.
Yay.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence, yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
Council, I would need a motion to approve the minutes from our last meeting, September 4th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Merriman.
Yay.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence, yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Abstain.
Thank you, Council. Council, is there anyone wishing to appear before council this evening? All right. Moving on to our ordinances and resolutions. Give us one moment here.
Everything's good. Mike. I'll get you new ones. They turn too dark.
I was like, I got 3 of these. Did you?
I didn't get any.
Okay.
You got
Yeah, he
two
must have
copies?
he must have given
one
me.
copy.
What are we waiting on?
Oh, not full. There's only just one?
What?
What are we waiting on?
We're waiting on Jesse here to check an ordinance. We have to check.
A lot more. So when you handed me all 3, I'm like, they all say the same thing.
For this one here?
Not the one in your packet, one of them from last meeting.
So we're going to, what's on the floor would be, we do have one ordinance for tonight, but of the 3 that were passed last time, we are going to rescind 2. Whichever one you guys are going forward with will stay. We're just checking to make sure 2 of those resolutions last time were actually identical. So we're going to rescind 1, so we don't have, on the books, we don't have 2 identical ordinances on the books.
Which one do we need to which?
We're gonna have
That's
to.
what Jesse's
he's
looking at right
double-
now, because
Because it's the OPWC, so basically we're gonna rescind the paving and vote to
we were
do
looking
the
at the
water
minutes,
line.
but from the titles, they're all the same. So he has to see which one is different in the body.
You want to move forward with resolution? Resolution.
We can move forward with the one that we have.
Resolution with number 2025-37.
Yes. Resolution number 2025-37, a resolution to declare there is no vacation fee as it relates to water rates within the village of Wintersville. This is a first read. And Jesse can explain more thoroughly if you guys would like exactly what that is.
too.
Can we move on and come back to those?
We have to do a motion to go out.
A motion to go out of order?
You
You
gotta
wanna
get the
do
good
that?
side, come on.
Everybody
That
go
was
with
better
that?
over there.
I propose a motion to go out of order and return to ordinances and resolutions once it's confirmed which one we're rescinding.
I'll second that.
Clerk?
Any questions? Mr. Merriman?
Yeah.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Damerman?
Yay.
All right, thank you, council. As they're looking for that, we'll move on to our announcements. Wintersville's Trick or Treat will be Thursday, October 30th, from 5 to 7 p.m. at 2025, year 2025. Everyone, please be cautious of everyone walking the streets that night. Our police and fire departments will be out, obviously monitoring everything. Leaf pickup will be the first 3 Mondays in November, November 3rd, 10th, and 17th. That is it for our announcements. Are we ready? Yeah, we're good. Council, can we have a motion to return to ordinances and resolutions, please?
So moved. Second.
Okay, as way
Hold on,
of,
hold on.
Wait.
oh, excuse me.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano? Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Damerman?
Yay.
Go ahead, Mr. Lynn.
All right, as way of explanation, numbers 33 and 36 were identical, so 33 we're going to keep in effect. Let's start with, I'd ask you to rescind ordinance, or resolution number 2025-36, which is identical in its entirety to resolution 2025-33.
I'll put forth the motion to rescind resolution 2025-36.
Second.
33.
33.
Oh, no, 36, I'm sorry.
36.
36.
Right, yeah,
Stick with 36.
Second.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano? Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Damerman?
Yay.
And now, we will rescind resolution number 2025-35, if you so choose. That is the one that makes capital improvements to road improvements. Jesse was explaining that he thinks that the water improvements are what you guys are going with. So we'll leave water in, and we'll take out road improvements. And that would be through rescinding 35.
Motion to rescind resolution 2025-35.
Second.
Isn't that one an ordinance?
It says resolution.
Resolution.
Okay. Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano? Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Damerman?
Yay.
Okay.
That's all.
All right. Thank you. All right, moving on to reports and communications. Charlene is not able to be here tonight. Mr. Lockhart?
Good evening, Council. Robert Lockhart, your representative to the following agencies within the community. The first I will be reporting on was my attendance at the Brooke Hancock Jefferson County Commission meeting yesterday. It was rather an extensive meeting. I'm going to try and synopsis. So I said, there was a couple of resolutions with regard to this matter. Within the resolutions, there were a study recommended by ODOT, Ohio Department of Transportation, to evaluate the necessity for traffic signals within the downtown Steubenville area. Study was completed. As a result, 12 to 13 of the traffic signals will be eliminated, and new markings will be incorporated within that area where the signal was, but there'll be stop signs. And the basis for that was traffic downtown Steubenville has diminished to the point these light signals are not necessary because of the closure of the Market Street Bridge. That study was completed, that was implemented, and the TAC committee, of which I'm chairman, presented that to the full commission, and that met at noon, and the commission adopted that resolution. Also, with regard to within that resolution, there was a rather extensive project with regard to the completion of road work in Jefferson, in West Virginia. And that I bring it up because they were attributed to the slow lanes going from the river to through to West Virginia line, and eastbound coming back to Steubenville. Those two lanes are going to be eliminated traffic-wise. For what reason, I couldn't tell you, but they had the justification by the Department of Engineering in the state of West Virginia, and that was taken care of. That was the end result, but the cost of that was $13,000. The signalization program, I mentioned, it cost $560,000. Also, there was what they referred to as a complete streets planning commission. And that covered several areas attributed to the Wintersville area. One of which is on State Route 22A, south side of Springdale to Harmony Drive, also from Springdale east to the existing, and those are going to be upgraded with regard to walkway. And that's also been brought to our attention, I think, in the past by our administrator. State Route 43, Canton Road, from Main Street, Kroger's, all the way out to 22. They're looking at both sides to incorporate sidewalks. And that would be a project that they're looking at the complete study. Two Ridge Road, from the bypass 22 all the way back to 43. That's Main Street going up. That also has the need for certain walkways, safety. These are all attributed to safety factors. And the other one I can't tell you, shared use of pathway parallel to 22 from Two Ridge to Canton Road. And you know where that is, the Kings, the bus turn around. Two Ridges all the way down to the State Patrol Barracks. Those are things that they're incorporating with regard to that study. Also, there's a consideration for walkways, certain areas, Mall Drive, Fort Steuben, on John Scott Highway. That is basically looking at the Jefferson County facility there for, what do you want to call it now? I think it's a child development in that area there. They want to put walkways there. Now that's a potential for the future. John Scott Highway, also all drive back all the way out to Steubenville, Route 22. Wellesley Avenue down by, if you know where the sausage shop is, that road there goes up to the, I can't think of the name of the street and the housing addition. A lot of students from the university live up in that area, but walking down to go to school, their backs are to traffic. So they now have looked at the possibility of incorporating walkways for safety benefit as they could get to the university without walking on the road. And University Boulevard You're talking from 7th Street to Brady Avenue, again, additional walkway that was observed as a possibility for implementing safety issues within the area, mainly attributed to the university traffic. As far as overall BHJ-wise, those are the two main resolutions that covered a lot of the upgrades that I just mentioned to you. As far as the bridge, Market Street Bridge, the Ohio Department of Transportation has obtained the services of a consulting firm down in St. Clairsville. HDR it's called, and they're doing a study now to evaluate and present plans and further discussion with regard to 4 sites where the new bridge could go through. One of which is guaranteed police department, sheriff's department, I can't think of the name, the street. The other ones are north, 3 of them north of that site, and there's nothing south of this, what the heck is the sheriff's department, the main
Washington?
Huh?
Washington Street?
Yes, I'm sorry, Washington. Nothing south of there that was brought up at the BHJ meeting by Mike Brabaki. That information will be presented to the public in November this year for evaluation and public digestion as to those feasibilities. And I won't get into which ones because it's too tentative until that report comes out and they have to justify why they're looking at that, those 4 streets. As far as the only other consideration I want to bring to your attention is on October 9 at between 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock at night, there'll be an open house at the new location of BHJ. And that is basically 2 doors north of the downtown bakery. Everyone knows that. But we had our meeting there the other day for the first time. And I think you would be amazed at what they have accomplished with regard to renovation of that old savings and loan. And it really will be a true benefit to the community. So if you can go to that meeting, they ask you to call ahead and/or there is a code on a piece of paper that you can get mailed to you. You swipe that will justify your attendance. To me, it's easier just to call them up and tell them you'll be there. And lastly, the annual report for 2024, it ended June 30th, 2025. That includes the whole operational consideration and that was accomplished and completed by BHJ during that period. Because as of July 1, you're in a new federal cycle. So other than that, that's about the only other information I have. I've got stuff with regard to the site itself, Steubenville, as a city that is involved in the overall transportation consideration of utilizing the waterways for the benefit of cutting down in truck trafficking across the area of eastern Ohio and utilizing that river. Because years back, about 5 now, there was a new transportation consideration of train movement, East Coast, get into a hub whereby stuff could be offloaded from shipping containers and trucking to the barges and would then therefore deliver all this in, all the products and items from Europe, and therefore cutting down on the truck traffic and the use of gasoline, etc. So that's a study that's been going on, and they do have certain ports all the way down the state of Ohio on the eastern border that the ports are alive and they're active, and they are actually being utilized as drop-off from the barges to the local communities where the trucks can therefore deliver their products and goods to communities within. That's the end of BHJ tonight. I attended the meeting at Steel Valley Transit. With regard to that, overall, the operation of Steel Valley at this time has a little problem with regard to both a financial loss and about operating loss of about $24,000 round figure. Expenses, the income has gone down to about $230,000 attributed to the summer, where the bus service is not utilized that many people, especially the students. So there has been a little decrease with regard to overall operation and bus utilization. The fares and passes have gone down 15.3%. During that period of time, overall expenses have increased. They stay stabilized and continue on, even though the income is being reduced. But overall, the bus service is in good shape because they have financial input coming shortly from the federal government and ODOT to financially improve their position fiscally. As far as Wintersville, been a decrease in overall utilization of the service, 6.6%. That covers up to the period of 2024 to August 2025. Again, attributed to the summer and lack of utilization. Even you have a situation with Robinson, which is generally a very well-used medium, and that's down 2%. As far as the next good thing is, as of next Tuesday, the 23rd of the month, we will finally be getting our brand new 5 new buses that will be coming in. They expect about 2 weeks to retrofit the buses for operational. You have to put the decals and all the markings on the buses. You have to get security cameras installed in the buses, and they have to meet certain criteria with regard to information set out by Steel Valley at the outset of the purchase. All these requirements are necessary to keep before they can be put onto the service of the customers. The overall bus washing facility that they have acquired and passed from a firm in Richmond, and the service is doing a great job with regard to cleaning and maintaining the buses on a daily basis. So every day when the buses come in, they're cleaned by a specific crew of people working for Steel Valley. Other than that, that's the big news. The only thing is electronic fares, the boxes. That's been delayed a little bit with regard to the overall presentation of the new buses, but it's believed that they'll get here in time to be implemented, which will render a more accurate account of the people utilizing the service with regard to passes or money. Other than that, I think that's about all. But I mean, the good news is the buses are here finally. On that BHJ with regard to all of the improvements that were discussed in those resolutions were incorporated in the improvements that had been presented by our administrator. And I brought to their attention, people that were at the TAC meeting that I attended, that prior to all of the sidewalk and the repair of the road, the new water and sewer lines are going to be addressed. So there's no problem, with regard to the new road. So down the road, financial consideration now, Jesse probably would know better, but that's been covered through BHJ funding. It's rather substantial, the overall incorporation of, I don't have the amount right off the top of my head, but it's quite a few hundreds of thousands of dollars to get the sidewalks, the signalization where necessary, and all of the road work as it needs to be necessary. It's something that been a long time coming, and I don't know what else it could be.
440,000.
But
440,000.
okay. So that's money that BHJ would, and through the federal government would help out and assist in the development of this. And it's rare that Wintersville has the benefit of receiving any input financially from BHJ. We have limitations because of our village situation and not meeting certain federal requirements. As a result, over the years, we've had some limited input with regard to major lighting on Route 22, and now this one here. But at least we're getting something. So I try to always look to the benefit of Wintersville when I'm at that meeting to see by chance that if anything comes up, I'll get hold of the mayor and the administrator to know there's grant money potential for the improvement of Wintersville. And so other than that, anything else?
So I was down by your place, so that across the street where they have the gravel, is that the future site for the electronic buses? Is that what that's for? Where they have the gravel lot? spread out?
Street?
Yeah.
Andrews Street location has been completed, and the Ohio State Department of Commerce has cleared the land for potential development, but we don't know, certainly, Steel Valley doesn't know, and the board doesn't know, what's the future lies with regard to what type of bus. You talk electric?
Yeah.
And/or hydrogen. Now, there is some difficulty with regard to the hydrogen utilization with the placement of a large facility to house and develop in hydrogen. Because that land is there, but We are looking more so at the garage. It could be utilized for storage, cleaning, upkeep, added to that property, but this approach would be limit that other than because of the size and necessity of the hydrogen placement device and the tools that are needed to work on the buses utilizing that service. Now, there is some consideration brought to our attention that over in Fowlsby area in West Virginia, looking at the potential to develop a hydrogen facility. Now, I can't tell you what degree that would incorporate, but I think apparently the services from that facility could be utilized by vehicles, buses, the future. Time will tell, but that's a long way off. Other than that, that land is there ready for development and it's cleared. That's the main thing. So we're all set. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lockhart. We appreciate you. All right, moving on. Mayor's report. Just want to thank our guys in the Public Works Department. They've been fixing a lot of catch basins on Karen Place. They did 3 today on Terrace. They have a whole list that they've been busting out very quickly. As Jesse will tell you, they've been putting down a lot of asphalt. Saved us a lot of money. We appreciate that. And the other person I want to thank is our administrator, Jesse. Jesse does a lot of things behind the scenes that I guess to say I'm probably the only person that knows he does these things on a day-to-day basis, even on the weekends. Somebody made a real mess in our bathrooms down at the dog park, which we're going to be monitoring the cameras a lot more. And if it continues, I'm going to close the bathrooms down there because what Jesse had to do was absolutely horrifying. He sent me before pictures. He spent 2.5 hours cleaning the restrooms of the mess that was left down there. That is not part of Jesse's job as the village administrator. We have much more harder task and brain work that we use Jesse for, but he took it upon himself to be a leader and to go down there and get the job done. And we appreciate that very, very much. It was absolutely disgusting what somebody left. And again, we're gonna catch the person, or we're just gonna close the bathrooms, one or the other. We're not gonna keep having this go on at all. If you can't respect public property, you're not gonna have the public property, unfortunately. But again, mainly, thank you, Jesse. It was awesome what you did down there. They look brand new now, so thank you. As the end of my report, I will turn it over to Jesse for the administrator's report.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you again. Couple things with regards to the bathrooms. Talked with Kleppner Plumbing. They did some work for us this spring regarding the dog fountains. Come fall time, those dog fountains are going to be pulled because when we winterize them and stuff, there's a lot of little tubes in there, and those tubes exploded because of the cold weather. We didn't know. We thought we did it correctly, so we're just going to pull those dog fountains for the winter time because they're about $7,000 a piece. So we got them fixed for $1,500, thanks to Tommy Hutter on that. The bathrooms have the timed hot and cold water sink. We're going to put the automatic flush in both of the bathrooms for the men's urinal and the women's men and women's toilet because we have it up here right now. We put those up there for court purposes, and we'll do that down at Walnut Park as well. So that will save us a lot of time on future cleaning. And then we will update, we have the commissioner's grant that we got. We're going to update add some more cameras to the parks and stuff, which is not a problem there. So, so as the mayor said, with the street department, Austin and his crew put down 40 tons of, I can't believe it's 40 tons of asphalt in 3 days. They hit McCoy, Milky Way, Starkey Boulevard. They hit some on Garden Drive and I think a couple of spots on Meadow Road. They've Canton Road at the 400 block, Canton Road in front of A1 Pools. They did all that. Woodridge Drive, we had that big break, and they did all that as well. Now, Barbicas has a few things left. They have to do a couple curbs, a couple speed bumps, and some thin, or like basically some thin overlay that they're going to come out hopefully in a couple weeks. They told me they were about 3 weeks out. That was last week. But the street department saved us. I haven't got the total of the asphalt yet, but we're hitting about 30,000 is what they saved us, which is awesome. So they did a fantastic job. They really did well for their first group effort, I guess you can say, of putting in asphalt. So this could be something that part of our road maintenance agreement that they could start doing a little bit more of, maybe in the future, having access to a crack filling machine other than a rental, maybe a paver down the road. We have a roller, and those guys did just an unbelievable job on this for their first time, like actually doing it. So my hat's off to those guys. Catch basin was replaced or repaired on Karen Drive. We have another one to do on South Avalon. Today we had a section of curb that was finished by Mike Abdallah Concrete. The water break that we had on Dana Lynn a couple months ago, that section of driveway was poured and finished today, as well as Austin and his crew patched up Parkview Drive where we had to replace a valve. Also, if you look right around County Court, you'll see that there's two sections of guardrail that have been damaged. That was a crash back in January. So we're going to be having that probably the next couple weeks. It's going to be repaired. The insurance company from the person that was arrested, they will pay for the damages on that. Also on Church Street by the school, when we replaced that old valve, that piece of, there's like an 80-foot section of guardrail that we're going to replace. We're going to do that here soon. I did call the county to see if they had maybe a section of guardrail they weren't using, and they said that they believe that they do about 80 feet, so that's going to save us some money on that. So we'll be getting that finished as well. So last week or the week before, we had UniLink in for 2 days. The office was not really closed. I actually worked up front and was everybody's customer service for everybody, and it went pretty well. Took payments and everything, but they had 2 days of uninterrupted training. It went very well. The girls were very comfortable. If everything goes correctly, we'll be going to the new system, just the new system only, in October, and we'll see how that goes. But we've been doing a lot of manual entry of updated accounts. Our goal is to have no bad data from 30 years ago go from one system to the other, so it's a lot of going line by line by line. We found out a lot of things that weren't done correctly, not illegally, just stuff that just doesn't make sense. So we fixed all that. But if everything goes correctly, come at the end of October, so you get paid on, payments are due on the 20th. Hopefully that day we should be going live around that day if everything goes correctly. So we've been doing a lot of work, Tina and Jen and Tammy and everybody, and I try to help out wherever I can. So that went well. The gentlemen, the two guys from UniLink were awesome. Everybody worked together. It was a good time. So one more thing. I've got, with our dilemma last council meeting about the mail issue, where Channel 9 and Channel 7 and Pittsburgh all called me for an interview.
Trump tried to get a hold of you.
And President Trump tried to get a hold of me. We have 15 returned water bills that were undeliverable by the U.S. Post Office. One was Garden Drive, one was Meadowbrook, one was Eisenhower, one was Rex Avenue, one was Squirrel Hill, one was Teresa Drive, which a person has a property in town, Garden Drive, Eisenhower Road. There was Selma Drive, only one house on Selma. Rex Avenue was another Rex Avenue. Susan Drive. So I went out there in Meadow. So I went out there and checked all the mailboxes. I'm like, I'm going to go out there and check. Maybe somebody was doing construction or something happened. And then the one was, we just got back as non-deliverable from February. So, again, I'm not pointing fingers, but it is what it is. And she has more. She's like, I'm not done yet. I was like, but I wanted to give you, because I told her, I says, give it to me so I can bring it out to council. So again, when you come in there in a fit of rage, don't unload on the girls, please. We can only do it. We don't deliver the mail. We don't control it. So please, this is what's going on. Now I don't know why if somebody's just messing with us now, because this has never been a problem ever, ever, ever. So we talked with MuniLink about maybe updating the bills, maybe going to instead of a perforated tear, a one card. But in the future, we'll have e-billing set up and everything, so that'll be nice. We're in the process of getting that rolling in when the new program comes in, when we get to run live with that. So I just want to let you know that's who I have. I didn't specifically give the house number, but these are the streets. So, and they were all returned, and we get the mail. The mail goes there every month. So that's pretty much all I have right now. Any questions?
Jesse, I got a question. It's good to see the the partnership with MuniLink Foster here, and you've brought up some problems we had with getting some bills delivered. You also mentioned the E part of this.
Mm-hmm.
When do you think we would be up and at 'em for the ability to do online payments for this? End of the year?
I would say before the end of the year. If everything goes correctly, which we're on track to do it, we'll go live in October, see how that runs, and then we'll start incorporating. So if you come in and I'll tell you right now, if you come in and you pay your bill, if you pay at the front office every month, which is fine, give us your email address and give us your cell phone number. If you drop your mail off, if you work during the day or you don't want to see us or anything, when you drop your bill off, write your email address down and your cell phone number. Give us to that. We put it into the system. That will help us. And then, because we are starting to collect all that information, email is the big thing. And we can start doing that because we can also, send different things out. And then the new bills will have, I think we're going to have like 4 or 5 lines where we can put notices on, like, hey, Christmas parade this day, the office is closed this day. It's going to be a little bit more bolder. You can see it a little bit better than these. So, yes.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you, Jesse. Moving on to unfinished business.
I got a couple for Jesse. Where do we stand on the roof? Is it completed or?
They left today. They didn't have to lift that unit up there, so that saved us about $3,000. I talked to the gentleman last week. He said we're going to put some flashing. He says I know exactly what you're saying. He's like we won't have to lift that up, and I'm like all right, good. So whenever it decides to rain again, that's why I held up putting that office back together because we got the table back there and everything. We'll see how it goes, but yeah, today was I believe the final day. They left. I think late this morning.
Good. And where we stand with the city building on Leonard?
So the people in there that are out, we have, Teddy has some pumps and stuff in there. Whenever it slows down and he slows down, he's been dealing with Eegi Street pumps down there. We're just going to go in and probably scrap a lot of things. He's going to see what he can keep. There's a couple motors that he did keep that, but the other thing is just go through it and, open up the garage door and start cleaning out. Now, I spoke with Bodo Surveying, who was surveying Caddis Road for the future project. I reached out to them if they would be interested in maybe doing a survey on that piece of property. If you guys decide to keep the property or you sell it, at least we have a survey on it, because I don't know when it was done last. And then as well as the water department. So they haven't got back to me yet, but I did also reach out to James Faust from Ward and Elmer, who did Chapel, Ferta, and Morrow. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at, and then it's up to you to decide what you guys want to do to that building. But it's basically empty, and we have control of it.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else for unfinished business? All right, moving on to new business.
I have a couple of things, basically just announcements. First of all, I don't know if you mentioned it at the last meeting, I didn't see anything in the minutes about the new business that moved into the Kramer lot, Nornie's Repairs Plus. It's a jewelry repair place. She's on the barn lot. So welcome her to Wintersville. The other is the second annual Barktoberfest for the Wintersville Beautification Committee. We are doing the dedication of the bite suit for Rexy and hopefully a demonstration. We will have food trucks, costume contest with prizes for best costumes voted by the public. We will have potentially a meet the breed with Fort Steuben Kennel Association. And I know I'm forgetting something. But that'll be October 5th from 1 to 3 at the dog park.
Awesome.
Are you going to put signs up down there?
Yeah.
Because people were asking about
Jason's-
that.
Yeah, Jason's, that's what it was, the trunk or treat. We're doing the trunk or treat again, too. Anybody, they can contact Catherine, or they can just, come in and set up on the upper lot. Flyers will be out. They'll be on Facebook on the Wintersville, Ohio Beautification Committee site, and they will be posted down at the dog park. And the public library of Steubenville is doing the story walk. And basically, they put a story about a dog, and they put it all around the park, so when you're walking around, you can read the placards one by one. And once you finish, you can go to the library, and they'll actually give your dog a treat if you read it. That's it.
All right.
I got one. So there's a lady stopped me at Kroger, says, what's up with the excessive amount of election signs on Main Street? I said, there's election coming up.
There's nothing against the law.
She said she watched our YouTube video, lucky to have 5 people attend, maybe slow down Wintersville with all your signs. That's what I was told at Kroger's.
Nothing against the law. You guys voted on last year. It's less than 60 days out from the election time.
She said she's not impressed.
The only,
And people, they said one guy got 5 signs in one spot. I seen your name 5 times. I'm not impressed.
I see you guys all the time.
what I said.
I don't want to see anybody's sign or name, quite honestly.
She said there's too many signs.
I don't know what to tell her, though.
That's what I said.
Unfortunately, everyone's obeying by the law, and this is not a law, but I will bring this up. I don't think anyone has done this, and I do appreciate it. I do know there's some school board members, and I'll reach out to them. At the Veterans Memorial, I know I've been asked myself, even when it was my election time, not to put signs by the Veterans Memorial out of respect. Again, can't force that. It is public property, so.
I told her to come to the meeting.
Yeah, there's not really much we can do there.
Just looking at the appropriation status, I noticed that Melanie has just a few that were over. So are we watching in the budget on that? I mean, we have operating supplies and materials. Other stuff is kind of self-explanatory of why it would be over, because you should only be about 75% of your appropriation status right now. And it looks like operating supplies and expenses, she kind of has marked all throughout. So, and then other contractual services
Yeah, that's like
for water and sewer.
Yeah, that's either engineers or if before we call people out for water breaks. Now, that one at the Christian school was our guys came and for student maintenance came. That valve was an old valve that none of our guys have ever dealt with before. It was a valve put in the 50s, and luckily, Steubenville City had one for us because that valve comes from Israel. And Cooper is very familiar with that, so he helped us out. But other than that, it was the water breaks that we had this past year, but now we've been doing them all except for that one where he helped
So
us.
do we need to adjust the appropriations?
I think we're going to be okay. If we do, we will, but we should be good the rest of the year. And Melanie and I have talked about that, so yes, that is being looked at.
Thank you.
I got a couple. The first one is we had a Seven Ranges Fire District meeting last Wednesday, and a very good story to follow up on, Warren, is that Rob Harrington and the group has developed a program out at the JVS out in Bloomingdale, where it's a 2-year program, and it's limited to 15 kids, 15 students. And it's a 2-year program. At the end of the second year, they'll come on out with a firefighter degree and an EMT degree. Now, there's certain levels of this, firefighter 1, firefighter 2. So they would, in essence, be ready to take a firefighter 2 training or whatever afterwards and be ready to rock and roll as a 19-year-old coming out of school with EMT and firefighter. That's the core of it. I'm sure Rob has more specifics than I do, but it's going to be a nice little benefit to JVS and all the students that attend out there. So, just a little softball there for you. The second thing is we had a street and sanitation meeting prior to this meeting here, and hats off to Jesse. He's very thorough and complete with the info he brought forward. And he put through a very good presentation. The easy part of this was the sanitation. We had a quick little discussion on, maybe in the future when it comes the time to invest in equipment for the sanitation department, that we at least entertain looking at getting equipment that when you operate it, it doesn't require to have a CDL. And there was also a discussion about making sure these have full containment. Some of the older dumpsters and garbage trucks, you could see them going up and down the road in every community where it might be leaking or something. So the ability to look forward at fitting our workforce and the labor force that's possible to attract here at the village is key with this non-CDL aspect. We was talking earlier, I know CDL jobs are going for $31 an hour right now, and it's very tough to get that kind of qualified individual here at the village with a CDL, and if there's a way we can operate machinery without the CDL, that brings a whole nother opportunity for us for employment opportunities. The heart and meat and potatoes of the street and sanitation meeting was street projects. And as Jake mentioned earlier, we're going to pursue waterline projects with the OPWC grant. And those waterline projects will, the project scope will include Dana Lynn, Susan, Karen, Parkview, Terrace, McConnell, and Aliceland. There's still some consideration about whether you go iron ductile piping or PVC. There is a significant cost difference between the two projects. If you go with the iron ductile, if I did the math right, it's about $4.45 million. And if you go PVC, it's $2.4 million. So Jesse's going to get to work for the village and see what we can do for the residents of Dana Lynn, Susan, Karen, Parkview, Terrace, McConnell, and Aliceland. And I know when I was over there a couple weeks ago talking to a resident, Brad, He's had several water line breaks right outside his house. It's actually gone into his house. So I know that this is going to be a very happy project for those residents on over there. Jesse also talked about the possibility of expanding this a little bit to address some drainage issue on the backside of Terrace. I know 5 years ago, it was literally Lake Terrace in the backyard. I know a couple residents over there. Mr. Edwards had me over there a couple times to talk about that. So I'm sure this project, the efforts that Jesse's going to put forth are going to bring a lot of hope for the residents over there in those areas. What we have to put on the back burner because of costs is the road projects that would involve Crawford, Moore, Glen, Meadow, Garden, and Springdale. If I do the math on those, that comes to about $973,000 from the Quixall projections. So that's a little less than $1 million. If you circle on back to a discussion we've had several times about the money from the dispensaries here in the village that we have not received, that money totals about $1.3 million. The administration might have a more concise number. If we would ever get that money, those residents on Crawford, Moore, Glen, Meadow, and Garden, they go to the top of the list for the project because those roads are in dire need. And if we are able to get that money, that would be a very great place to put that money, to put that investment. So I think that's really all I had with the scribbles over here. Jesse, did I miss anything? You want to add anything on that? We look forward to your efforts.
All right. Ordinance reads.
You doing ordinance?
As the real ordinance reads, is how it would be.
Anybody else for new business?
So, all that money. Okay.
I just had a question. Maybe it's not new business, but it was the insert we had here with the Village of Wintersville, the property settlement.
What is it?
Did you? And then the Suzanne Kressler thing too. I don't know if that was mentioned, or is this just in mine?
No, I got them.
It's all of us.
We got them.
We got them all.
That's for the property taxes.
Maybe we'll have a follow-up. Maybe you could look at it and
Yeah.
tell us exactly what it was for.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, I can mention that. Last thing is the 5th annual Suzanne Cresser Memorial 5K Run Walk is September 20th at Jim Woods Park. Check-in is 7:30 and the race begins at 8:30. Anybody else for new business? All right, everyone get a chance to look over the bills?
I'll put forth the motion to pay the bills.
Second. Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
We need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Merriman?
Yeah.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
This meeting is adjourned. Our next meeting will be Thursday, October 2nd, 2025 at 7 p.m. Thank you.
Yeah, Bart, for you.